I'm in the North Pennines and I'm exploring some of the waterfalls. Why not come with me? Well, good morning, and you find me still in the North Pennines, and I was wondering what to do, and I was searching various apps that I'd got in the phone in looking for places to go between here and home, and I was really struggling to find new places to go. So what I've decided to do is to explore some of the waterfalls that I've been to before. Maybe try and find different angles, etc. So because I'd parked overnight at the High Force Hotel, I thought I'd go to High Force, but on the public footpath rather than going along the one where you've actually got to pay for. So that's where we're heading now, but if we're going to go past it and then come back to it to get some images, because there is I understand, a waterfall that's just a little bit further along that I haven't actually been to before. I'll give you the name when I get there because I can't remember it at the moment, and it's too difficult to check my phone while I'm trying to talk, record and go down a rather steep set of steps. So yeah, we'll go there, see what we can find there. Hopefully we'll get some good images, come back, get some images probably of High Force, and then back to the van. So, and then we're going to go to another waterfall which the name is something Gill, escapes me at the moment, that we've been to before. I don't know, we'll see how it is, but that's the plan, and from there we're going to head home. So right, we'll stop rabbiting on and we'll get to these first waterfalls. Right, we've made it to the waterfall, and it's called Bleabeck Force. It's quite impressive, and I don't know if I've put the back of the camera on. I don't know whether you can see that. That's the image I've taken. That's at quite a slow shutter speed. I've taken it at different shutter speeds, from about a 20th of a second right down to a full second. So yeah, whichever one's best is the one we'll put up. But yeah, it's I had a mild panic because first of all the camera wouldn't come on, and I thought the batteries from yesterday were still in quite good nick, but obviously not. They must have drained or something, because it just wasn't coming on at all. I need to check those out when I get home. But yeah, so we're a bit short of time because I said I would leave the car park at 12 o'clock and it's coming up to 11, and it's taken me nearly an hour to walk here. So as we go back, we'll just take a couple of quick images of High Force, possibly handheld, just to say we've been here. I have been before, but with this waterfall here and the River Tees with some of the cascades and that, the River Tees, if we look down there, I don't know if I zoom in, you can see there's a footbridge, and the other side of the footbridge is the River Tees, and yeah, it's quite pretty. So it might be worth, in suitable weather, coming back and aiming to spend a whole day here just to see what images we can capture. But yeah, today we've just come to this impressive waterfall. I mean, if there was more water, it'd possibly be even more impressive, or not, I don't know. We'll see what the images are like. But yeah, we're going to have to start heading back to the van now via high force. So whatever happens, we'll see you a little bit later. Alright, you can see we've now come to Ashgill Force, and I have been here once before. The last time I came though, or the only time I've been, it was later on in the day and it was starting to get a bit dark, so it is a bit brighter now, and certainly if we look up at the sky, which will probably blow out, get very bright, it is a lot brighter, but it is still quite dark in this gully, canyon, or whatever you want to call it. So we can see the actual waterfall there. There's not as much water coming down as there was last time, but just looking at it and just thinking aloud, at the bottom of the falls there's quite a lot of, that would make quite a nice minimalistic black and white image, just focusing on there. And where I've parked, you can see up above there is a bridge. Now that's the road, so we crossed over the bridge and we're parked on the road side just up there. Last time I came, I did walk further that way, and there's a path coming way round and then coming down, lower down the gill, Ash Gill. Whereas this time I've come sort of the path that's come this side. It is quite steep in places, and it's not helped by the fact that we've had odd bits of rain, so you've just got to be very, very careful because it is quite slippy. So yeah, what we're going to do is have a mull around, see what compositions we can come up with. Whether I'll vlog any of them, I don't know, and then we'll work down the gill, because there's at least 2 if not 3 other sort of sets of, whether you'd call them small waterfalls or cascades, I'm not quite sure. So, but yeah, I'm just impressed looking at the bottom of this fall there. So we'll get the camera out, we'll have a mooch around, and we'll, whatever happens, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've had a bit of a mooch around, and we went up to the side of the waterfall and took some images from the side. And then if I zoom in, I don't know whether you can see, I actually went behind the waterfall and took some images from behind. How those all come out, I was having a bit of difficulty getting glare, etc. And then I realised that both my polarising filter and my ND filters were quite not very clean, so I've given them a reasonable clean. What I'll do when I get home, I think I need to clean, give the cloths that I use a wash out, etc., and clean all the filters. We can't have mucky filters, can we now? So yeah, it's just sometimes I'm a bit slow to realise something's wrong. So yeah, I was looking and thinking, oh, it's just the sun glaring. Well, it was possibly the sun, but there was some muck on the filters as well. There's some streaks that were exaggerating it. So whether some of the pictures earlier today, yesterday affected, I don't know. So, but yeah, we've come back here and we've put the long lens on, and we're at a full 200 millimeters to zoom in, and I've taken some various images. Right, we'll just let's just. And I don't know, on the back of the camera you can see there we've got. If we just do that a bit, that's better. You can see we're just zoomed in right at where the waterfall's hitting the rocks at the bottom. So I mean, I don't know whether you can see if we get a brighter one. That's the sort of image I'm looking at. So hopefully they'll come out quite good once we process them on the computer. So I think that's it for the main falls, and we're just gonna wander down the gill, Ash Gill, and see what we can find. So yeah, we'll put up the best of those images now, and then we'll have a wander down, see what else we can find, and we'll speak to you a little bit later. Right, we've now come to this smaller waterfall, and there was one just under as we came across the bridge just after that, but I couldn't quite work out how I could get down to get a decent composition. Now this one is not perfectly ideal. You can see the waterfall in front of you, and then if I come round, that's where the camera is. And it's not quite perpendicular. To be perpendicular, it probably would need to be another couple of meters that way into the river, and I've only come in my sort of lightweight walking general shoes, so there's no way I'm going over there. So, but we've got it there. The other problem we've got, which is maybe not so obvious from the camera, I don't know whether it'd be more obvious if I zoom in. The problem with this camera is the ISO alters as the brightness alters. But there, that side of the falls is quite bright, and obviously the falls itself is quite bright. But as we come across here, it's a lot darker. Hopefully in post I'll be able to lift the shadows a little bit, so it won't be on the back of the camera. It looks quite pronounced, as though there's nothing there at all. This looks almost completely black, but hopefully it's not that bad. But yeah, no, this is a good spot. I mean, there's not a huge amount of water coming down, but sometimes you don't want a huge amount. Possibly even less than that will be quite good for getting the getting everything working. But as we look down, we're just gonna, I can't remember if there's much more. We're just gonna wander down a little bit more and see if we can find anything. I can't remember how much further there's a bridge, so we could use the bridge to get to the other back to the other side and come back up. But yeah, we'll have a bit of a wander down, see if we can come up with anything else. But whatever happens, we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we found another waterfall a little before the bridge, that's reasonably accessible. It's not that easy to set up the composition. We can see the waterfall there, and you can see that I'm looking side on, although that might make a reasonable image. But we've got this brown leaves coming down here which don't help. So what I've done is, if we look down there, we'll see that there's rocks that I can stand on, but the camera is still a little bit out, so it was a bit difficult getting the settings. It's pretty stable. It's not going to move particularly, so this is a nice little find. So I mean, that's the main falls, and is it two others, that other one and then this one, and you'll have seen from the B-roll there are other ones, but it's just trying to find somewhere to get where you can get a decent image of them. The other thing I did when I first arrived, and I don't know how easy it will be to show you, as the river goes that way, I did take a couple of handheld shots trying to get the reflections in the water. How well they'll come out, I don't know, but we did try. So yeah, so I think this is definitely the last composition. We're virtually at the bridge, so we'll carry on across the bridge and then go back up the other side. So yeah, so whichever image is best. Again, I've taken a variety of shutter speeds from a 15th of a second right up to half a second. Don't know which one's going to come out best, but we'll see. So yeah, we'll put that up and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well I've got back up to the road and hopefully you can hear me above the wind. It's pretty windy at the moment, so yeah, no, it's been a good day. Been a very good day. So yeah, we've managed to dodge the weather mostly. Obviously when we went down to, is it Bleabeck Force, the first waterfall of the day, that yeah, there was a bit of rain there. We got there and then we managed to get a couple of images, or an image of high force on the way back to the hotel. I think what I didn't, when I was planning, I didn't think, oh, we'll be walking from the hotel, so I put in 12 o'clock thinking, oh, we'll have a relaxing morning, we'll be away by 12. But when I did the research after paying, yeah, I couldn't find many things to go to, so that's why there was a bit of a rush there. And then when we left there, I was feeling, it was nearly 12 o'clock when we left the hotel, the High Force Hotel. I was feeling quite hungry. It was forecast to rain quite heavily in the next hour or so, so I actually stopped at a pub, hotel, inn, whatever you want to call it, and had some lunch, which was quite pleasant. And then from there we came here to Ashgill Force. So yeah, it's been a good day so far. And if I just flip you around, right, you can see we're on the bridge there, and if we go down, you'll be able to see that's the waterfall there, the bit coming out and then the big drop. So that's where we were down. So we're down there and now we've come back up. Yeah, very different to the last time I came. As I say, from where I'm stood now, looking in a sense down Ash Gill where we've been. Last time I went to the right hand side and down, whereas this time I went to the left. And yeah, the left's not as easy, particularly there was a bit of, I think it's been quite dry, and then we've had rain, so there is a lot of mud about, so it was slippy in places. But yeah, it just shows there's quite a few nice waterfalls in the North Pennines, and there's some nice don't know whether you can see behind me, some nice light in the clouds there, but yeah. But we're finishing off here, so yeah, if you've enjoyed the video and you haven't already done so, please click the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. It greatly helps the channel. And the most thing is just to comment. Please comment. I do appreciate all comments. They help me tweak the videos to understand what people like and don't like. So yeah, I think that's it. And what next, I don't know. I need to sit down this next week and plan what I'm going to do next. I mean, yesterday, the video I was videoing yesterday, exploring the North Pennines, I was probably hoping to put up on Wednesday. Today is Monday. That gives me not long to get it processed, and then hopefully this one we can get done for Sunday. I think maybe next weekend is fairly free for me to get out, but there are some meetups coming up that I want to go to. So yeah, but I think today was one of the better days, and some waterfalls of the North Pennines. It's a bit like Yorkshire. I mean, the North Pennines, I'm assuming we're in County Durham here. I'm not 100% certain, but they're not too dissimilar to the type of waterfalls you get in Yorkshire, whereas the ones in the Lake District tend to be of a different nature, purely because of the geology. the rock formations. And I think obviously the Pennines, North Pennines, is directly north of the Yorkshire Dales. So yeah, anyway, I'm in danger of rabbiting on too much, so we'll see you on the next video.